well, it's lunch hour, so it's time for 50 minutes of walking up and down my driveway. Hopefully it's less boring, man. It already got to this time of the day, and I'm like, oh no, already? There's no real reason not to do it, but a lot of reasons I don't want to. It's not raining today, which is nice, and it's a little bit warmer. The sun's out, which I think will be the only day this week, possibly Saturday. All right, you've already seen the whole driveway and walking up and down it, so I don't think I'll show that to you. I'll be back after I'm done, and in a couple hours after I'm done working, we can work on the bike. To see, but I'm at the top of our hill here, and if you look way over there, there's a waterfall. But it's just seasonal from where they were logging, but that's kind of cool. Wish I could get over there. I have to see who owns that, if I can get permission. I think it's Weyerhaeuser. So kind of neat. It is time to do some chores for Olivia before I do the bike. Work's done, and so is the exercise. And now, gotta hang this mirror that you're looking at. Recently, this is one of the first rooms that'll be finished in this house, other than a light there, and a switch plate there, and a new switch. So, oh, and I guess she's got this laid out for me too. See what we can do about that. Let's get to it.
They're self-tapping. No drilling necessary. I think it'd be easier if there was drilling.
Mirrors on the wall. All right, well, it's bike time. Which is cool. I'm excited. It'll be nice to get this done with. I think what I'm going to start with is just taking everything off the frame that I want to take off, and we'll check out the cables and see if they're corroded in the housings. You know, you've got wire cables going through a housing, and that collects water. They've been in there for 3 years, and I haven't moved them, so we'll check that out. But definitely the crank's coming off. Going to break the chain, and yeah, give the whole thing a good rundown and check for any rust, and make sure maybe we do some touch-up paint or something before we put it all back together. It's going to take a while though, because I do not know where all of my tools are. So I'll have to figure all that out in the process. I haven't really unpacked everything. It's just kind of on these shelves behind me. So, but, yeah, we'll get after it. Definitely some shmoo in there. Not bad though, none of the splines or anything are damaged, so that's really good news. Crank's in decent shape. I'm actually gonna reassemble this before I clean it and just put all these screws back in there. Just a little bit, just thread them in by hand. That way I know the order everything goes in. I keep all the washers intact. I'll even put this tension piece back on there. If I can. Oh, I can't. That goes into the... There's that. Also looks pretty good. No damaged splines, no weird rubbing or anything like that. Pretty good. Now we've got the bottom bracket. This is this right down here. Lots of different ways and tools for bottom brackets to come out. Let's do this one maybe. We're gonna clean that off real quick because there's so much grit. I'm just gonna scratch this all up. Make sure it's not this one. There's a 59.2 and a 49.2, and one time a customer, I needed to buy one, I don't remember which one, and in the box came the 59.2, but the box was labeled 49.2 or vice versa. And I stripped that bottom bracket out and buy a new one. Just because it was the wrong one. Yeah, he had the smaller one, the 49.2, and I undid it with the 59.2. There. This will be interesting to clean up. So this is important. You can see this little piece of, this is the shell, but you can see this little piece of plastic here that's a spacer. And that's on the drive side to get the chain ring out far enough the set of gears so they don't interfere when you pedal and everything. If you don't put that on there, good chance your bike's not going to work correctly. Yeah. Tough to decide if I want everything taken out or not. I think we're going to do a full service. I think we're going to disassemble the whole bike down to the frame, clean everything, even take the seat post out and everything. That's just so much more work, and man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But yeah, I'm gonna do it. That's too hard to film. I can't do it with one hand. I don't have a press with these bearings, so I'm just gonna leave them, you know, obviously take this one off, re-grease it, put it all back together when I'm... So other than the those bearings in the front there, she's done. I'm just gonna, I think tonight, probably lay everything out and start cleaning it. And then tomorrow, put it all back together. It's gonna be rainy. I don't really wanna ride in the rain anyway. I'd rather walk. And then obviously I have the rear wheel real quick to take apart, but coming together. Should we work top down? I think so. Start with the handlebars here. Cockpit. What? Got it wrong? Oh, I didn't. It's the other side. Oh no! Oh no! Oh boy, I wasn't thinking. I didn't follow my own rule. Where could it? Oh, I found it. Still has the washer on it. That's good. Got the Moloko bars. A little bit of rust there. This rubs off though. Huh. I like them. I like all the hand positions you can get. Probably my favorite way to clean a bike, especially in the winter, is just a little bit of the new Simple Green, which doesn't seem to do anything to paint, or it's pretty inert. Just a mild, you know, detergent style thing, and just wipe the bike down. Gives a nice shine, doesn't damage anything. It's easy to work with. Smells good. Yeah, a lot better than water and trying to blast everywhere and getting wet. Blech. Come back for this goo, it's pretty rough. Good old once over here. All the dirt remaining will stick out like a sore thumb, I tell you. Once you get it all kind of shined up. On the bottom bracket down here and anywhere else that's not just the outside of the bike, I'm gonna hit last and I'll use a rack just for that. I'll run one through with a little bit of Simple Green on it to clean it out, and then I'll go in and polish it. I might use 3 rags in the process. I don't want any sand or anything from the outside of this bike to get in there. All right, well, you get the idea. I'm gonna clean this bike off with a rag with Simple Green, and I will get back to you after I do however far I'm gonna do tonight. You can see what I've accomplished. Made a big mess over there. This stuff is the first initial clean done. We'll see. I think I'm gonna go farther on it, but also I don't wanna spend 40 hours on a job that could be adequate after, you know, a couple. And then over here, We have the bike. I think there's something wrong though. I might have put this on wrong, the fork. I can't remember orientation. Just kidding. But yeah, it's clean, looks good, and next up will be cables and stuff and reassembly. Everything is looking okay, mostly. There's some surprising wear on some pieces, rotating pieces that shouldn't rotate, shouldn't have wear where they are, basically. But we'll go from that, and so a little shorter of a video, I imagine. I don't really know how many minutes I have, but went on the run today, hung a mirror for Olivia, took apart the bike and initiated a cleaning protocol, even live streamed this for some friends, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, hope you do something you find fulfilling.